Okay, there we go. Now I'm settled in.
Now I can officially say congratulations.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. Is this okay to record or
Yes, this is fine. This is
okay,
fine to
let
record.
me so
Woo.
you started today, you're hybrid. I ain't
Yes.
gonna tell all your business, but I saw some nice numbers on
I,
your offer. Was that over six figures? Six figures?
yeah, it is. It is. And the funny thing is, when you put that on the board, I was just like, oh, no, but
My bad. I tried to ask. That's why I was like, did I ask you? Like, yeah, I
no, no,
definitely
no,
tried
no,
to
no.
make
It's fine. No, I was going to say, I remember looking at testimonials from some of your previous students. That might have been a year or two ago at this point.
Mhm.
And I remember seeing my offer, and I was like, I'm going to look for some more because I wanted my goal for this year, in
Mhm.
addition to making this transition to QA and more into tech, was to hit six figures. I'm like, I'm at an age in my
Wow.
that I deserve six figures. So I prayed about it and I worked hard. And when they came back with the original offer, um, just from being in management before, I was like, I know there's always a couple more dollars on the table. So
Right,
let me
right.
get more money. And since I am contract, they were able to give me some more. And then, of
Right.
course, my recruiter was like, oh, she has such a good relationship with this business that typically between 3 and 4 months of being a contract, they bring you on full time.
So
So
it's like contract to hire is what we're looking at.
yes, contract to hire. She
Wow.
said that she said she wouldn't expect me to be in the role no more than 4 months. So that's why it was like important to me that I wanted to try to get as much as I could on the contract side. So when they do make me an offer to be full time, maybe I can negotiate just a little bit more and
Right.
be where I want it to be.
Right. Well, okay. So tell me, remind me, I got a lot of students. So remind me, what has been your journey? Hold on, first of all, how did you come to Road to QA? Can you tell us that?
Yes. So I came across your interview with Tech is the New Black. That's the right?
Tyrus.
Yes.
Hmm.
Um, I was, I think I was on YouTube looking up some other video and you popped up and you were just very engaging. I truly believed what you were saying. So I was like, let me see what this Black girl talking about because I also was going to be intentional about supporting Black businesses in any way I could.
Wow.
So a Black female talking about pushing our culture into tech positions and QA being a really great way to get into it if you weren't already. I was like, you
Mhm.
know what? I'm ready to pivot out of this people leading roles that I've found myself in over and over again. So I was working at Amazon at the time as a manager.
Okay.
And I said, you know what, God, you brought her on this page for a reason. I'm gonna trust you. So I looked up how much the course was, and I was just like, I don't know, I don't know. But then, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, I went back to the page, and I think you were having like a sale, but
Hmm.
decided to do a discount code or something. So I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna take that as a sign. I invested the money. So this is November of 2023,
Three.
right?
Okay.
Yes. Um,
Right. I'm counting too. I'm
January,
like,
I make time fly. January of this year, I got laid off from
okay.
Amazon.
Okay. Okay.
So I didn't actually start until January. And I took it as a sign like, okay, you
Right.
really want me to do this. I'm a, so I became a full-time mom. At the time I had a 1 year old and a
Wow.
16-year
Dang.
old.
Wow. What a gap.
Big, big gap.
I'll
So
babysit Felicia. I'll babysit. I'm
listen, oh, we're gonna talk about the whole Mexico thing in a minute. Don't worry.
do it. Look, and we can do this and I can turn it off. I just want to get you the story and we
Yes,
can
yes, yes. I'm
vibe
gonna
after
try to
this.
make it quick.
Absolutely. We can get real raw after that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to make it quick for you though, because I really do want to take this opportunity to share all of it with you. So January, I just put my head down and I committed to learning in your course. And I love how you're like, listen, I can only give you the tools and the stepping stones. You've got to take the steps and do the work. So in addition to taking your classes and coming to all of the cohorts and all of the specialty classes that you had, I took it upon myself to pay for a Udemy subscription because
Right.
there's so much out there on Udemy that is
Right.
really good resources. So anything that you talked about in your course, I would dive deeper into through Udemy because I had the time. I know that may not be everybody's story, but
Yeah.
I was unemployed, and
Right.
unfortunately, my husband was. able to take care of all the bills while I was unemployed. So he was like, if this is what you want to do, I know you're a hard worker. I know once you put your nose to the grindstone, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
I said, okay, cool. So I dove in, came to those classes. I know I probably would run Tony up the wall asking all kind of automation questions, but I
No,
really
look,
enjoyed it.
we want it though, because we trying to
Right.
add some other stuff, but we got to get more feedback, so we
I
want
know.
it.
I'm so like looking forward to that stuff that you're gonna be adding. Yeah, I might already have my role, but I definitely want to
We're
see part of
working on it. We
it.
trying to get, trying to focus on. I'm trying to bring the mass majority of us up, but
Right.
we
Right.
trying, we trying.
So I did all my work so that I could be prepared for. I wanted to do the internship. You have whichever that one is right after January, but I
April.
didn't. No, I did April. Is
Oh,
April
you
the
did April.
one?
And I just did January and April.
Oh no, that's what it was. I joined in November, and I was thinking maybe I could be ready for the January internship.
Okay.
But I didn't want to rush it, and I was like, you know what, let me really learn this stuff. So I ended up just being prepared for the April one. So I did April 24 internship. Still no job, steadily applying in the market, practicing my interviewing, thinking about how to transfer every role I've had, which fortunately has been technical roles, but more of like
Right.
a people leading position than
Right.
actual doing.
And where you are using 6-figure roles there, or what was your?
Yes. Once you
Okay.
count in bonuses and stuff like that, I was. So
Okay.
that's the other reason why I really wanted my take home pay to be
Right.
six
To be
figures
that.
and
Right.
then build on from there.
Right.
Um, so when this role came available, I applied. I was like, you know what, this is the one for me. But then a recruiter reached out and said, hey, we've got a role for you. We see you're in Charlotte. So at this point, I've got two recruiters going back and forth with interviews. I literally would have an interview, a rest day, an interview, a rest day for 2 weeks.
Oh, whoa.
But both of them were paying really well. Both of them offer, well, one of them was contract
Mm-hmm.
and the other was contract to hire. So I
Right.
just kept saying, you know what? I'm putting the Lord's hands, let him figure it out for me. Don't stress, just come to each interview prepared to be me and to, all the things you teach us in the class, to speak to the skills
Mm-hmm.
that you taught us and how we've done these roles without officially doing these roles.
Right.
Um, so yeah, it got a little, I will say frustrating. It got tiresome
Mhm. Yeah.
because it's a lot to study for these
Yeah.
interviews. And I brought a lot of what I learned outside of it too, because both
Right.
of them have these low code, no code softwares they're using. One of them
Oh,
uses
okay.
the one I work for now uses a cell queue.
Okay. Never heard of that one. Yeah.
So I didn't either, but I said, Google that shit.
That's
And
right.
I got
That's
on
right.
I got on YouTube. There was nothing on Udemy, but there was a YouTube video about like the basics of how to use a cell queue.
Yeah.
The other one was Tosca, which did have a course. So
Yeah.
what was great is they're very similar software patterns. So
Okay.
I learned Tosca pretty well just from YouTube for a
Oh,
few days.
okay.
And I
Right.
was able to leverage my knowledge of Tosca in the interview that used a cell queue. And one of the
Mhm.
questions I even asked was like, what made you guys choose a cell queue over Tosca? And he
Right.
was like, oh, well,
Right. Right. You
so
asked that.
interested that you know that. And I was just like, whew, come up with these questions, girl. So yeah, so it came down to both of them doing final interviews. And I was just like, okay, which one am I gonna pick? And for me, it was a cultural fit.
Okay.
And the one that I chose, it does pay maybe a couple dollars more than what I probably could have gotten. But I
Okay.
would say I'm working with it's a huge company. It's an insurance company, as you saw, but
So
it's
are
a
you saying
small
you had two
company.
offers technically?
Mhm.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, but
Didn't know that part.
I
Didn't know
only
that part. Didn't
I only
know that.
took that one because that was the one I was like, you know what, I'm gonna enjoy working with this team, the location.
Yeah.
And
No, that's great, but congratulations to the fact that you had a choice and
yeah,
go through the journey and just to have a choice like is I mean congratulations to get that far with all that.
thank you, thank you. Like I said, this is all a testament to you, girl. I might have did some of the work, but you laid the foundation. So I
Well, you
definitely
did the work.
want
You had to do that work though. You said you had to add to it so we can be
yes,
competitive. So you did what you were supposed to do. That's what you
yes,
did.
yes.
Um,
But it has been a journey for sure, and um, like I said, today was my first day.
Right.
And my manager put me on the spot. I joined the stand up, and I'm
Uh-huh.
sitting there, I introduced myself, everything. I took initiative to do all that. Next thing I know, they just sitting there quiet watching me. And I was like, wait, y'all want me to lead the stand up? And he was like, yeah. So one of the new people kind of cheated and not sent me a side message and told me how they run it. And I
Yeah.
kind of went through each of the bullet points they run through. And he was like, we just do that to all the new people to the group. He's like, but you handled it well, no problem. I'm in
Right.
my mind, I'm like,
You
whew, this
got
is
them right. You got the
literally my
leadership
first
skill.
time.
Right. You got your leadership, you got
Right.
your past experience, so you good. But yeah, they
Right. I just leaned in. I asked the whole, does anybody have any hurdles that they need to let us know
right.
about? Any stops? And he was just like, no, you did good. You did good. And this role actually, there's three positions they hired for because,
Oh.
which is good news because each of those three are only backfilling because those
Okay.
people got promoted. So I took that as
Oh,
also a sign like, okay, there's room for growth.
right.
People want to stay within the company when there's room for growth. So I said, yeah, this is definitely the best move for me. The two other people they hired, they don't start till next week. So I'll be like, hey, I'm glad you hired me earlier so that I can get a leg up,
That's
get,
right.
get acclimated, and maybe even help them make a smooth transition as also a newbie to
Right.
the team.
Right. So let me ask you a question. So you went from more operations to now QA. So how is it, if you already was making good money, regardless of the layoff, right? You have experience where you've made good money.
Mhm.
How is this a positive change for you? How is this, improving or supporting your life or your lifestyle? Like, what is the benefit around this pivot?
Yeah. Um, Even though I was in management, this role is going to give me more freedom, which sounds weird because coming from that role I had, I didn't really have a clock to punch but I
Mm-hmm.
had a whole bunch of meetings that I was tied to. I did a lot of work after work. There wasn't
Okay.
really a close that computer and be done. A lot of times I worked on the weekends. So though it gave me some financial freedom, I was paying for it in my time. I was always
Mhm.
missing events, or my family felt like I always had my phone or my laptop near me, right?
Right.
With this role, I feel like I'm getting my time back and I'm still getting paid good money. So for one, that's the biggest thing for me is being able to be
Right.
compensated for my time and not have to sacrifice that. For two, I actually personally wanted to lean more into individual contributor roles because
Okay.
there's a little bit of a dynamic shift with the workforce.
Yeah.
I just learned how to not, what's the word we learned today? Unbiased, uh, what is it? Unconscious bias is the one.
Okay.
Whatever it is we learned in training. Basically, I don't
Mhm.
want to speak negatively about the up and coming workforce. I'll just say that being a people leader, there was
Mhm.
a dynamic between the older generation that I would work
Yeah.
with
Okay.
and the younger. And it got to a point where I didn't like my team not performing well because of them, but it reflects bad on me.
Mm.
I'm a high performing person. So
I
I
see.
said,
I
hey,
see what you're saying now.
do you
Okay.
see what I mean? So I was like,
Yeah.
let me get back into a role where my performance is based on my performance and people
Right.
can see that I do my job well. And then because I do have that background, once I really get my feet wet and I feel comfortable in this role, I'll definitely lean back into management. And that's
Right.
just going to be more money. But I wanted to start from
Right.
a place of
Because I can
of
see you
knowledge.
management. I can see QA management. I can see Scrum Master. I can
Mhm.
see product owner. I can see product manager. I can
Yeah.
see BA. You're
Yeah.
definitely holding something right now with adding the technical.
Right.
But now
Right.
this definitely, so do you see it where like, because I know our student Ashley, right? Who has a
Yeah. She and
technical
I
product analyst.
communicate a lot.
Okay, because did she tell you we're working? So we working on something, me and her. We working on something.
She
She
didn't because she hit me up
okay. We
about
working
some
on
other
something.
stuff. But yes,
Okay.
but I'm glad
Got you.
to hear
Okay.
that because she's such an
Gotcha.
awesome student. I'm glad to hear that she's working
Yeah.
closely with you.
But she, with her having that BA product owner QA,
Mhm.
like I see you. That's why I'm like, and one of the things I told her is like, do you realize how valuable you are in the market now?
Mhm.
Like, not saying we all just want to do BA or product owner, but if you look at those job titles, you already know you never should be making less than six figures. I'm gonna
Right,
say at the most 90K.
right.
You
I agree.
I'm gonna say at the minimum 90K.
Yeah.
You can be, and that's how I see you. Like I see like Scrum Master, you already have your leadership. So I see this as a way that you've opened up a whole nother aspect of your career where, we know that while we're probably investing this for whatever else we want in life, right?
Mhm.
That now you open up an angle where, shoes, all I got to do is pivot here a little bit. I can go be a scrum master. I can be
Yeah.
an BA. I'm going to keep me a six-figure job now, and I'm going to have
Oh
the
yeah,
option to
going
be
forward,
hybrid
it's
or
65.
remote. Like,
That's right. Going for, and to be honest, at first when I first did this, I was 100% remote my last two jobs. So I was
okay.
like, I want 100% remote again. But to be
Yeah.
honest, as time went by, amongst other personal things, like being a new mom and getting kind of
Yeah.
in a rut, I needed to get back out of the house. I needed
Yeah.
to
Oh,
get
yeah. I homeschooled my daughter for like 2 years, and she drove me crazy. And I'm like, now I have to go out to the office because I can't function and send her back to school while we in Atlanta right now.
So I think I'm gonna like actually having that hybrid, and it's 4 days in the office initially because I'm still learning and getting to know
Oh,
the team,
okay.
but then it drops back to three or two depending on what's
Okay.
going on that week. So I'm
Okay.
completely it's going okay with that.
All
But
right.
but yeah, that's it. And like I said, I love what I've been learning. Like I really want to get into the automation stuff. Like even now,
Gotcha.
I'm still learning it and like really trying to figure out how it's going to work in the role I am now. Because technically, my role is quality assurance analyst. And again, we do just mainly manual with a little light automation.
So
But there's no actual
six
coding.
figures for those responsibilities.
That's why I said he showed out. Okay, he showed out on me.
Hey, shout out. Now let's get us, all the way in, and we know
Right.
we good.
Right. So
But
with
that's
the
still your
automation
first
piece, that's
yes.
gonna pump it up some more before I even get
Right.
into the leadership. So I'm excited
Right.
about that.
So it's fair to say that when you get your first check, you would more than
Get my
compensate for your
investment.
road to QA investment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
My last question, then we're gonna have our private talk will be two things. There
Hmm.
are improvements, obviously, Road to QA grew so fast and, to how it's happening, but there are improvements I want to make. What would be an improvement or an update or something that you would like to see more from us that could help other students?
That's a tough one to be honest, because you have such a great system right now. Like you have that mentorship, you have the community, all of that is there. A lot of it falls on the student. The student has to want it and has to actually get involved, not be afraid to ask those questions so that they can keep up and feel informed with each step that they complete. I don't know. I mean, I really did try to think of something to bring to you as a point of improvement, but at the moment, I truly do not have anything I can think of. I mean, because everything I'm thinking about, I know you're already in the process of doing, and you
Hey,
already
right, we're
did a good
already trying
job.
to, yeah, with some more hands on. It's
That's
always
it.
more we're trying.
That's it. The
Yeah,
hands-on stuff, and you're
yeah.
already incorporating that as you make your partnerships, and you build those relationships with people who are in a position to help you in your community. I think you're already doing that. So that's the
Okay.
only thing.
Well, anything that comes up, let me know. And the last thing would be on my end, if someone's sitting on the fence, what would you tell them? Because like you come from leadership, you come from already making good money, but like, do you feel someone can still do this regardless of their background?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, I did have a technical background, but I always looked at it from a lens of I don't know anything. So what do I need to learn? And you and your team make it very easy to take bites out of this big idea. You learn as you go. You're not being fed through the fire hose, as people love to say. It's very step by step friendly, and again, you have that support there for anything that you may not understand. So, anything that could cause intimidation by someone, they should just rest assured that the help is built in. It's not just you throw a bunch of information at us and tell us y'all figure it out. Between the teachers and your teammates and your community members, someone is going to be there to help you figure it out for sure.
We try. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Okay, so I do got one more. My one more was I
yeah.
just had it because it
I
was something
haven't
I wanted
read
to
the
say.
questions and I don't know where I put it. My daughter probably moved it. But go ahead.
Yeah, let me know. Cause no, after this is about me and you. If you got, for you going into your role. But I had one more, and I think my question was gonna be, oh, so my final question is, so do you believe that we're all software testers, we just don't know it yet?
Yes, that is not just a gimmick. We really are software testers and we just don't have the title. That's all
Right,
it
right,
is.
right, right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed Felicia's story, and we're going to congratulate her, and I'm going to chat with her a little bit more privately. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I don't know if it's going to be on video, audio, we'll get her permission, but either way, we'll try to share this to allow you guys to hear someone else's story. So hope you guys enjoyed that. So let me stop this.